Hey everyone, this video is something that many of you talk about all the time. If I suffer with a mental disorder of some sort, can I help people later? So stay tuned. So the short answer to that question is, of course you can. Why not? The more people we have helping people, the better everything is. Ta-da! I'll grace face it. Bing. So anyway, the thing that I really want to address is that in order to help others, we have to be healthy. And I know that the eating disorder clinics that I worked at had a lot of recovered therapists. So people who'd had an eating disorder before, recovered, went to school, became a therapist, and then worked in the eating disorder field. And that was really common, to be honest. So don't think that you're alone in your thoughts about this and you're wanting to do it. But the key to this is that in order to work at many of the eating disorder clinics, I think, every one I worked at, you had to be recovered at least 3 years. 3 years. So we have to take care of ourselves first. That's what that means. And if they ever thought that you were relapsing, they would make you take a leave of absence. So we have to take care of ourselves in order to help others. And I know that I talk a lot about how I go to a therapist. Jana, what? She's so good, right? But I go to a therapist myself, and I think every therapist should, because I can't help you if I don't first help me. And if I'm not mentally sound and I'm not mentally, right in my brain, then I'm not going to give helpful thoughts and advice, right? I might give you something based on my own thought process. And if my thought process is all, off kilter, then I'm going to give off kilter advice. So that's if you remember nothing else, just remember that we need to take care of ourselves first. And it's a continual process. Just because we're recovered or just because we're healthy doesn't mean we're always going to be recovered or healthy. And we have to continually work on it. And I always say to my clients, I'm like, not going to therapy is a lot easier than going to therapy. I even said that to my therapist the other day. I was like, it'd be so much easier if I wasn't working on this. If I could just not work on this at all and forget that it happened, right? But we can't do that because we're growing, we're changing. In my shout out video, I was like, we're taking that leap, right? We're going to come off the cliff. We're going to hit life, right? We're working towards our goals. And I'm recommending another book. I feel like I'm recommending a lot of books, but my phone is in there, to keep my place. But they can be so helpful, and it's not, you need to read this cover to cover. I expect it done in 3 months, which I would never say to a client. But this book, On Being a Therapist, is one of my favorites. And there are a lot of books out there about therapy and how to take care of yourself, but this is my favorite. And it talks about having personal and professional lives, how to manage your boundaries, how to recognize when countertransference happens. If any of you don't know what countertransference is, you can Google it. Countertransference, all one word. But it's something that therapists go through a lot when we'll feel and respond to patients in a way that isn't really helpful for their treatment. So anyway, this book is really great. And I just want to read you a few excerpts, because these are things that we need to take into consideration when we're wanting to maybe be a therapist or a dietitian or work in an eating disorder clinic, be a counselor, be in any kind of people helping people career, okay? And it says that, and I don't know if, I just have it highlighted from one little portion. It says, to acknowledge, it's important to acknowledge the therapeutic relationship as a fully human encounter, to validate clients' experiences, and to illustrate key points through personal examples. But it is never, I repeat, never to be used to meet one's personal needs. And I think, I want to kind of read that again, but I like to keep my videos kind of short, but to acknowledge the therapeutic relationship as a fully human encounter, to validate clients' experiences, and to illustrate key points through personal examples. But it is never, I repeat, never to be used to meet one's personal needs. Because I think that's really important. Never used to meet one's personal needs. And in the therapy world, we talk a lot about people who are therapy therapists, who do it for their own personal gain, and then there are actual therapists who do it to help others. And I'm sure many of you have encountered therapists who try to do therapy for themselves, to learn about themselves and to fix what they're not working on in their personal life. And that's something that I want us all to be cautious about. And I even keep myself in check when I share information, even on my videos, when I share personal information, I'm like, is this helpful for them or is this helpful for me? And so I try to only share my own personal experiences when I feel it clearly relates to what I'm talking about and it'll clearly help you. Okay? And so that's kind of something, it's a fine line that as a therapist you have to walk, but I want you to keep it in mind when you consider getting into the people helping people industry. Okay? So make sure that you're working through your own stuff and that you're keeping a healthy mind and a healthy body for your life before we try to help other people get their healthy mind and healthy body together. Okay? And I would encourage you to get this book. This is not a plug because I don't get paid for anything. I don't get paid for any of this. Wish I would, right? But this book is great and it will really help you see what it's like to be a therapist before you're even doing it. So before you have a lot of student loans like I do, you can kind of see if you think that you're able to manage those boundaries and kind of also what you need to work on personally in order to do this professionally. But yes, you can all help. I know that I have many followers who are on Twitter, on my website, on Tumblr, on YouTube, helping and sending out positive videos about their process. And that's great. And there is nothing better than sharing your own experiences to help others. And I'm not saying that that's bad. All I want you to be aware of is making sure you're taking care of yourself first. Put yourself first, okay? And then once you feel like that's all taken care of and it's more manageable, then we can reach out and help others. Because I'll speak from personal experience that it can get really tiring helping a lot of people, and we have to take time for ourselves. Like, I went to that Postal Service concert, I go to Mammoth. I have to do self-care. I have to take some days off or, take little vacations because otherwise I get so tired. I can't do it, right? But I want to keep being able to do it. So those are just the things to keep in mind. Make sure you're doing your own therapy and you're working on your own process, that you take care of yourself first, and that you do a little research on what it's like and what kind of things we have to keep in, manage as a therapist, like boundaries and countertransference and stuff like that. And just take some time and journal about it. I know you're like, oh, I hate journaling, stop talking about that, but it can really help. And leave your comments below. If some of you out there are therapists and you are recovered and you can kind of tell us a little bit about your process and how you came to do what you're doing, that would be great and so helpful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I put out videos every Monday and sometimes more than one, and I've been doing shout out videos. So make sure you subscribe so that you'll know when those come up because they're all willy-nilly all over the place. And you can follow me on Twitter as well. Like I said, I have Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, my website, katimorton.com. So you can find me. And I'm also on Pinterest. And I may be launching, stay tuned, Instagram. What? I'm really not good at it yet. And I have one photo. So I have not opened it up yet because it's not exciting. But I will be doing that. So stay tuned. And let's keep working together towards a healthy mind and a healthy body. Oh, and I totally forgot, how I said I don't make money off these things? Sean reminded me because I don't understand this, but I guess when I put books up on my Amazon widget, if you buy the books through my Amazon widget on my website, I get like a nickel or something. So I do technically, I guess, get paid, although I haven't received a check from Amazon. So I don't really think that I get paid, but I might get a nickel if you buy a book. So I do potentially make money. I didn't want to lie or tell you anything that's not true, okay? So talk to you soon.